You are all here for our first virtual Civility learning and sharing event. So thank you and welcome to colleagues from across our health and care partners in Nottingham, Nottinghamshire, and also wider in terms of, I think, what I would say is really supportive of civility and the importance of it. And hopefully over the next 2 or 3 days, there'll be lots of opportunities for colleagues to dip in and out of sessions and also share and feedback to their own colleagues, recognising that we are recording all of the sessions that are taking place throughout the 3 days, which starts today, Tuesday the 14th, and it's tomorrow, Wednesday the 15th, and Thursday the 16th. So a full jam-packed 3 days for you, and you will see that we've got some fantastic sessions with well-known national leaders, but importantly, you've also got the voices of our own colleagues in Sherwood and those who are very passionate and are strong advocates with regards to civility. So I'm Emma Challans. I'm Director of Culture and Improvement at Sherwood Forest Hospitals and feel really privileged and proud that we are hosting our first virtual Civility Week. And we're making that available to all our partners because, again, we do believe that this is so important for us in delivering high quality, safe care, but also in terms of colleagues' experience of being at work, turning up to work and doing the best that they can do. So with that, our 3 days will focus on 3 key areas. Today is about civility and welfare. Tomorrow is about calling it out with respect and compassion. And then on Wednesday, there'll be lots of sessions with regards tools to support you in your roles and your teams with regards how can you be that strong advocate, ambassador and leader in terms of civility in your own workplace, but also in terms of how you take care and treat patients. So there'll be lots of opportunities where hopefully we will together and collectively raise the awareness and importance of civility, talk about things that can happen as a result of incivility, how that may make people feel, behave, turn up to work, go home from work, but actually what can be the impact of being incivil, disrespectful, and the way that we behave and interact with each other. And I'm sure that at some point, many of the things over the next 3 days will very much trigger in a positive and maybe a negative way your own values. And also in terms of what that means for you, what that feels like. And you may, I'm guessing on many occasions thinks, well, I've experienced that. Actually, I've been that person that has done that to someone else. The most bravest and courageous thing to do is to recognise when you yourself may have been incivil at any point or disrespectful. The important thing is that we learn from it. We look to develop ourselves and we look to do better next time. And I think that's one of the best things that we can ask of ourselves and ask of each other. And hopefully the next 3 days will give you an invitation to consider that a little bit more and will help your own well-being and that of the colleagues and patients that you work with. So before I also invite Paul in a moment, I just wanted to point out some of the key that we're really privileged to have speakers who are going to be leading some of the sessions throughout the week. So we have Dr. Roo Abaratna, who's going to be sharing a session on burnout and incivility. We also have the very well-known, nationally known Dr. Chris Turner from Civility Saves Lives, who will be delivering a session. And we also have Radhika Nair, who's the national lead across NHS England and improvement for civility and respect. Again, we will hear the ambitions nationally for all NHS organisations. And then we're also fortunate to have Jason Corman, who's the Chief Executive of Gaping Void, the Culture Design Group, who are again going to be looking about creating civility in the workplace. And that is giving us an international perspective, feel, so we can understand also what happens in other parts of the world. So we've got some real great influential national leaders, but importantly, I will come back to what I said at the beginning. You've also got our own colleagues in the organisation, our own experts, our own advocates and ambassadors with regards to civility. And I think hearing those powerful voices, stories, equally is important for us and our community. So across all of the 3 days, you'll have that opportunity to get to connect with local and national leaders in civility. And please do take up that opportunity. This is a ripe time, and particularly as we go through what are ongoing difficulties and challenges across the health and care system, and will continue to be so. And civility will play an important part of how we turn up for work every day and we go home every day. So please think about that as well over the next 3 days. But Paul, let me hand over to Paul, who hopefully is going to also share his own reflections and thoughts over the next 3 days. Thank you, Paul.
Hi. Yeah, thanks, Emma. Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Robinson, and for this week, I'm the Chief Financial Officer and Deputy Chief Executive. And as Emma was suggesting, that from when Richard Mitchell departs his last working days this Friday, after that I'll be stepping into the acting Chief Exec role. So I'm incredibly excited about this week. I really believe that the culture that I want for not just the trust, I want this across community, across Nottinghamshire, in fact the whole world, is for a culture of kindness, caring and being respectful to each other. And I know that there are times when we're challenged individually and personally in upholding those values and that culture. And hopefully this week we'll learn and create some awareness of how we can understand our own reactions, but also those of others. And that certainly with the speakers that we've got lined up, I'm sure that we'll all get lots of learning and great benefit from this week. And then we can, so what do we do with it? What we do with it? You've used the word ambassador, Emma, this sort of concept of role modelling these behaviours and this level of understanding and awareness that we've got, and building the culture that we want, and that kindness, respectful and caring culture, and being supportive to colleagues who may be being challenged at certain points, either from a personal life perspective or indeed from a work life perspective. So hope everyone enjoys the week, those on the call today and those that will join other sessions equally. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Thanks for the opportunity to talk at the front, and I'll be hopefully dipping into some of the sessions during the week. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you, Paul. So your first sessions will start today round about 10:30 a.m. and that will be Annette and Kia starting us off with regards our civility toolbox talk that we make available for all colleagues in Sherwood, and are very happy to share wider across our health and care partners. So that is an hours long session. Well, hopefully you will have an opportunity to connect with colleagues in different areas, to learn, to be curious with each other, and also to think about some practical examples and what that might mean for you. We've also got during today a session which is being run by James Rathbone, who works in the clinical psychology team across Nottinghamshire Healthcare, Sherwood Forest Hospitals and the wider system. And that'll be very much around thinking about civility and how that may impact on your mental health and well-being. And also, again, with regards how any of your behaviours may impact on other people's well-being. And then this afternoon, we will be leading into a session which is going to be supported from a member of our learning and development team, which is about resilience. So really, that is about your own emotional fitness and well-being, both from a physical and mental health perspective, and how you take care of yourself. It's so important that you do look after yourselves so that you can be the best for our patients, but also for your colleagues. And then again, like as I mentioned earlier, we've got Rue, who's going to be delivering a session on burnout and in civility. And again, very much about aligning to the impact on patient care, and particularly some of the experience of what many of us have had over the last 14, 15 months in responding to COVID. So considering tiredness, fatigue, and then the last stage of burnout, and why that is and what that might mean, and how we can recognise that and support each other. And then we'll finalise our first day of our 3-day event, hearing from Denise Goods, who's going to give a session with regards to the impact of incivility on our cognitive ability. And Denise, again, a very strong advocate and ambassador across Sherwood and wider with regards to the importance of civility. And that's hearing from Denise, who's a member in our organisation and works across our theatre and closely with clinical and non-clinical colleagues. So a really rich day for everyone. And I am really, truly grateful for everyone who's contributed to the programme over these next 3 days. And I do think it's a very exciting and a fantastic opportunity for people to be involved in. And I really do hope you all benefit from it. You connect with people, have conversations, talk about values, talk about behaviours, talk about the importance of kindness and compassion and caring for each other and caring for patients, because this is about colleagues and patients and doing the best that we can do in our communities. So have a fabulous 3 days. Your hands will be held throughout the 3 days. Any technical difficulties, getting in and out of sessions. So thank you to our fabulous team who are all in the background, supporting the next 3 days and this event. Truly grateful for everyone's input into planning this, designing it, and bringing you what will hopefully will be a great 3 days to be involved in. So I'm Emma Challans and I'm your Director of Culture and Improvement. I hope you have a great 3 days, and I really look forward to hearing your feedback from the 3 days as well. So please do give us that throughout the longevity of the 3 days and also following this event. The more that we can learn about what worked well, what didn't work so well in your ideas, the more we can keep hosting events as a partnership, because we've all got a wealth of expertise in our own organisations, and let's share that and let's use that as a collective asset. And there will be feedback forms that will go out to everyone to support us with that. So I'm going to stop there. 14 minutes past, that's 1 minute that I'm giving back, and your sessions are going to start at 10:30, and I'm not sure if Vicky or a member of the team is going to just give any directions for that as I pause. So thank you, but I am happy to take any immediate questions. If anyone does have any, please do shout up. Thank you, everyone.
So I will stop our recording there.